I'm telling them that I can't breathe. Clearly he don't give a damn about my plea. His ancestors used to hang us on trees. Today they identify as road police. You see I'm black, for that I'm a threat to America. My rise is their fall and their fall is evident. Blood on your hands is heavier than an elephant. Open up America's
family channel. Welcome to my family channel. Welcome to my channel, family. Listen, I'm the 20th, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. Yeah, I want to ramble because I just had the bomb ass intro about maybe 6 minutes, 4, and I wasn't recording. That's the way my day goes. Anyway, you know when you write something, you ever write a paper and you lose it, you can't remember what you wrote, or it's not, you can't flow the way you did. That happened to me a lot. If it's Murphy's Law, it's going to happen to me. Anyway, again, because I've been drinking water, and I'm just like, I don't know why me and Wendy be belching. Ooh, wow, that was horrible on camera. But I'm just like coffee drinking water. But listen, welcome back to my channel. I'm the 20th, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. And I want to talk about, okay, again, the purpose of my channel is to bring attention to the inequalities and to the anti-Black consciousness of America. That America has broken their promise to Black people under the 14th Amendment, that we are not free and we're not equal. You guys, I'm concerned about you guys hearing me because I'm recording on a refurbished Mac, and the audio recording is not very good. I need to order a separate independent mic, which I plan to do hopefully this week. So yeah, I listened to one of my last videos, and I talk fast, which makes it worse, but I kind of sound muffled when I'm talking fast and not loud enough. So I'm going to get a separate mic hopefully this week. I'm going to probably look on Amazon and find something. Today is Tuesday, November the 3rd. I'm going to look online. Today I got to go vote. You guys, I'm always behind. So anyway, listen, what I want to talk about really quickly, I'm going to talk about some things that have happened recently in the past month regarding Black people. But one of the things I want to say, and I had my whole song of dad. You guys, I just did a whole spiel and I wasn't recorded. I was like, wait, well, that was so good. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not recording. You know how many times you guys wrote a paper and then you lost it? and you know how you be in the flowing and you like, I can't remember what I said. I'm going to try again. So what I want to say to you guys is I understand that this is not a very pleasant topic, that the way the brain works, you are deterred from this topic because it can be debilitating and impede on your consciousness. When you're sad, troubled, worried, you're not operating at your best. And that's one of the issues in this country. Black Americans are not in the proper hierarchy in this country. One, because it's a capitalist society, and because of the continued oppression and anti-Black hate crimes that is precipitated every day in this country. And where I want to go with this is that some people think, well, this is America, that they do it to us, and so it's their responsibility. Family, why do you expect the killer to save you? The killer ain't gonna save you. This is a slow attempted genocide. And I'm not. And if you are one of these people, please don't think that I'm talking to everybody. This is This is uncomfortable for me. An uncomfortable conversation for me because I don't have racist bone in my body. And common sense tell me every that I see and talk to or view this video are not anti-Black. But there is a spoken, unspoken consciousness that if you are in conflict with Black people, that they are at the bottom. They're second class, and their rights and don't are not as important. And I always want to go into the psychology of it. If anybody is available have a point of view, want to do a live together, and let's do it as a group and talk about it. Um, if we understand the why, rationalize it, it'll maybe help us work through it. For me, I'm hurt. I'm like, I was born black. I didn't ask to be treated this way. And you guys, I sit and I review video after video, different things like looking for content, and I'm always in awe, like, what is wrong with these people? Like, what did we do to you? Like, to me, it's so barbaric and inhumane. Like, why are you okay for harming a human being because they have a different hue than you? It just, because I can get into it because I engage with people who say racist stuff. And black people, some of y'all forgive me for making myself comfortable in this seat. Um, Sometimes people get mad and angry and want to fight. Family, I'm not like that. I ain't trying to fight no racists. I'm not trying to argue with you. Because when they do that, there's something wrong with them. Okay? And that's like arguing with a child or arguing with ignorant. I don't argue with ignorant. There's no way I'm not going to argue with someone that want to justify being anti-black and hateful to a human being. That is so ignorant. And some of y'all engage and fight and compete and fight with them and try to prove them wrong. Family, their racism don't have anything to do with me and you. That has to do with low self-esteem. And they are continuously punching down on us because they can. Okay? They do this to us because they have the ability that this country's consciousness is, if you have conflict with a black person, that you can harm them, that no one cares about them, that we don't matter. And here's the thing, you can't keep expecting someone else, not, and I don't mean just them, we get racism from different groups, not just them. But you gotta stop expecting the killer to save you. If we're here, it is you and our responsibility to make it stop. This has been going on for over 500 years. And to be quite honest with you, family, I'm appalled and I'm embarrassed that we let this continue. And so we can have a conversation about this. And I've had some conversations with certain people, and my perception is they have this victim mentality. Like, oh, they did this to us. Slavery was a unique thing to black people. Yeah, okay. Now it's time to move forward. Stop crying and leaning on, oh, they did this to us. Bro, it's time to stand up and make them stop. Make this stuff end. And if you're in the mind that we can't make it stop, that's part of the problem. If you think, oh, this is their country, it's their system, that's so cowardly, SHIT family. That's cowardly. I'm not a coward. I married a coward, but I'm not a coward. Okay? So I hope I start off with saying some things that I wanted to say, because the reason why I just really want you to get involved, that I am destined to make measurable change for Black Americans. But the fact is, I know that I cannot do this by myself. Many Black women were raised to be independent, hardworking Black women. And brothers, does no slight to you. I'm just talking about how we was raised. Okay, we was raised, get it done. You got to be a strong Black woman, and no excuses. And I was raised that way, but I've recognized the fallacy in that. That one of the struggles is that we don't work collectively or together. I'm talking to women, okay? Okay, don't take this person. Don't please don't. This is what happens is that when we address real issues, uncomfortable conversations, it becomes combative and egoic. Like, well, why are you talking this? Why are you saying that? Because this needs to be said. And the truth of the matter is, guys, I'm real competitive. And I've been sitting here thinking all these horrible things happened to me, and now I'm looking and I'm seeing. I'm like, how are we still last in this country? How are we so smart intuitive, tenacious, loving. And we at the bottom of the totem pole. That's keeping it 100. I need you to understand that our fate is linked. And this has to do, I'm going to appeal to your intellect. If you're a group of people, an intelligent species or group recognize our fate is linked. That in order to make it better for me, you, our group, our future children, our future we have to actively engage and make things better for us, not look to the other man. That's crazy to think that. So if you are challenged with what I'm saying, please leave a comment. Uh, if I can even get a few comments and we can do a live together and we could talk about it. Because here's the thing, I know I can't do this by myself. You guys, I got a GoFundMe. It's my second GoFundMe. Y'all look at my GoFundMe. It's dismal. It's laughable, and it's multiple reasons why. One of the reasons why I'm uncomfortable with asking, because that's how my mother raised me. Don't ask nobody for nothing. I was raised like that. Like some people was raised a closed mouth. It was not fed. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised. If you want to get fed, go get it. Okay, that's how I was raised. But I see the fallacy in that, and the fallacy is we have to work together. That is too much that needs to be done than for me to be able to do it by myself. It's just not realistic. And as an intelligent group, self-preservation starts with us as the group. We need to think about the future generation, our families. Okay? Guys, my head's itching a little bit. Yeah, you guys, if y'all let me lecture you, I will. Anyway, you guys, let me tell you what I want to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about Kyren Lacey. Why am I such a baby all the time when I try to address these things? Okay, so Kyren Lacey is a football player who was accused of being responsible for the death of a elderly person in a car accident. And then he inadvertently committed suicide. I think, the reports aren't true. Inadvertently, he was, let me see, guys. I'm looking at my phone and I'm seeing stuff. I'm sorry for getting distracted. He murdered himself. He killed himself. He committed suicide. What I just recently found out when I went back to investigate it is what happened is that he got into an argument with a family member and he drove off. He had a gun. The family member called the police and he killed himself. What the? Y'all, I have to talk about this delicately because what happens when you become aggressive and angry, it creates conflict and it ends up being egoic. People's ego insecurity starts to engage, comes into the conversation, and that's what's wrong. That's one of the main problems for us. This could be my ego that you're seeing because I personally had problems with my family. My family's a trip. You follow the other series. I met my husband and moved to California to run away from my crazy family. Okay, my family's a trip. I mean, I ain't even gonna trip. My family is a trip. They're selfish. They're spiteful. They're jealous, and I'm a Cancer. So I'm loving and I'm giving, and I always want to help people and do stuff for people. And people like that get taken advantage of. And then it's family dynamics. And the truth of the matter is, in every family, a lot of families, like it's very common for families to take advantage of their family members, your sisters, your mother, your cousin. That's family, right? But it is so upsetting that this boy was wrongly accused of killing someone, had his whole career ahead of him, and his family member not only got into an argument with him, called the police on him. What in the F? I'm not gonna focus on that. You know, guys, I'm gonna put this video in here right now, and I'm gonna talk about it just real briefly. Then I'm gonna go on to the next. Okay?
I am sick to my stomach seeing what happened in the Kyren Lacey case today, man. Because earlier this year, all the media was talking about this guy is that he killed somebody in a hit and run. He caused a head-on collision, right? That's what the police said. Passing in a no-passing zone leading to a head-on collision. He was charged with homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle. But then we saw the entire accident on footage, right?
From oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall.
And right here we see the crash, right? But the thing is, they said that he passed in a no passing zone and that led to a head-on collision. But where possibly is Kyren Lacey's car?
You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see.
He is right there, behind the crash. He wasn't even right behind it. He was nowhere near the crash. So how in the world did they link Kyren Lacey to this crash, you might ask? Well, let's listen to the body cam footage of one of the cops talking to a witness.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, like, you know, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's...
Make sure you say that you slammed on the brakes to avoid that charger. The same charger that was 76 yards behind the crash. This entire thing ruined this man's life, caused immeasurable damage to his family. This is absolutely ridiculous, and everyone involved should be held accountable.
You guys saw that, and you guys, I need to get thicker skin because I am really challenged with talking about this. And this is what the issue. This is one of the reasons why we struggle, and it's been going on for so long. It's the nature of the beast. Your emotions get involved. And when your emotions get involved, it kind of prevents you, or it minimizes your ability to be rational and address these situations with a clear mind, strategically and critically. But I want to begin by highlighting that we know this happened to this young man because he's a black man. That the officer purposely tried to harm this gentleman, this young boy. You guys, I want to talk about this really briefly. To go to the pros, to be a pro football player, I just want you to acknowledge what it requires. I don't, you guys, you don't know, Rashad McCants is my nephew. And those three Armenian women movement ruined his life, ruined his career. Okay, he may not agree because his father raised him, my brother. He's cancer too. My brother's a cancer. And his father probably raised him to be responsible and accountable and not point the finger. You know, my brother's a trip too. I love my brother. We fight. We're both cancer. But I just want you guys to think about what it requires to be a pro athlete. Family, you guys, you know, they're paid well, they live a good life, but do you know the discipline, the hard work, the grueling preparation and conditioning of their bodies that they do? That this young boy's whole family probably watched him and saw him and had great expectations for him. And a few non-Black Americans, one in particular, ruined his life, shattered his dreams, ended his life, caused trauma for his whole family. And family, that just happened because he's Black. Like, I really want you guys, and maybe, see, I went through life probably differently. I knew that this happened. I'm a Cancer, Leo rising, so I have been engaging with non-black people my entire life. I'm a total social butterfly. I hang with everybody, age and everybody. Okay. Um, and I wasn't raised in a household. Maybe some of you were raised differently. I was raised in New York City, in the Bronx, uptown, in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And those kind of conversations didn't happen in my household about being black, being oppressed, saying negative things by different groups. I wasn't raised like that. Okay, my mother didn't talk like that. We didn't act like that. Like when the most we say of like about Puerto Ricans, y'all listening back in the 70s, 80s, or whatever. We would talk about how y'all wear all kind of different colors together. Okay, and now that's the thing. Okay, like like oh because like our family members. And this is being honest. Like I'm trying to show you, we never had malicious conversations in my household about other groups. I'm thinking about things. I'm going back and from memory, thinking of what went on in our house. And uh, I'm from New York, and my daughter's in New York now. I'm in that California. Been in California for over 20 years, and we went to school with Puerto Ricans. And if we was getting dressed, I'm just thinking about my cousin. We getting dressed, and we was wearing some kind of outfit back then in the 70s, 80s. Was matchy matchy. Okay, it wasn't really like color blocking and fashionable things, different colors like it is today, like rocking leopard with stripes. That's a thing right now. But like, I'm just thinking about my cousins getting dressed, and it's like you're like a Puerto Rican. Like it was like I'm like a Puerto Rican. It was never disrespectful. That is like the just of it or whatever. As different groups, we'll say something, and it's not. You can perceive it as being prejudice, but I was there's not. Some people I'm just seeing they hate other races. They only want black people to live with black people, and they hate other races. And if you're that person, I'm not arguing with you. I let people live and let live. I just wasn't raised like that, you know. Um, so I always question how people do this to me. My own husband weaponized my blackness. My own husband of 23 years, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm heartbroken. Um, when I think about this white man who tried to get the um, black witness to lie. And it's not really clear to me, did he actually lie? I'm going to say this really briefly. I got to go vote. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm talking about a couple of things on this video. I got to go vote, but I'm going to probably make another video because I'm not just shining a light on Kyren Kyren Lacey, excuse me, Kyren Lacey. I want to dig deep in the Kyren Lacey's issue. I want to identify everybody involved, specifically this police officer. And you guys, you know what? I probably have the notes because I'm having some cognitive issues. So I'll work on things and I go back to them because it's really hurtful for me. I'll work on things and I'll go back to them later. And what I want to say is that I want to follow through with this. So this channel is not like, oh, look what happened. They murdered a black person. Police committed what's it called? Excessive force or whatever. This is not that. This is what they're doing. Let's see who's involved. What is the consequence? Do they recognize that this person was discriminated against, that these are anti-black hate crimes, that's illegal? Or these people who are guilty of these acts, what is their subordinates? What are the powers that be are doing to confirm that this does not happen again? Is it going unpunished? Are they doing it in impunity? Are they harming us with impunity, which is what's happening? And the reason why it continues to happen because we don't put our foot on their neck. They get their foot on their neck. We don't say, look, you're going to take your foot off my neck. We're going to look. Not only are you going to take your foot off my neck, we're gonna let the world know that you had your foot on my neck and what you're doing is unconstitutional and you need to be sanctioned for it. I'm going on my long tangent, you guys, because I've been meaning this for a long time. And so what I'm gonna say, so I just showed you that video. I'm gonna probably come back and do another video because what I need to do is and I had this information, I'm looking for it. I want to find out the names of the officer, who his subordinate is. When I first heard about this, there was something about the district attorney. And some black lady, a black lawyer on Instagram, was going back and forth with the district attorney. Then Kyren Lacey's attorney went back and I think he had the back of the district attorney. See, they get down together. They stick together. You need to get this. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Them getting down together, them sticking together, I can't really, as an American, we're all created equal. They're charged with a certain job. They need to make sure that each person is are being protected under the Constitution and they're being treated equally. And what I want to say, this is unethical. This is illegal. This is unethical, immoral. And every person has a propensity to do unethical and immoral stuff. If you knew you were going to be called on the carpet, penalized, jailed, just like the killers of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, they didn't think they was going to get caught and go to jail and prison for that. Had they known that they were going to be called on the carpet and made to pay, they wouldn't have done it. And this is the thing, this is what this channel is about. We need to let them know, this has been going on too long. All these different incidents keep happening. We're not going to sit here and let y'all put your penis in our butt and us not move. Today they got their penis in our butt. It's time to move your butt, family. Understand? Anyway, I'm going to come back to this, and I keep asking, and I think I need to do it more frequently. I need help. So I need people to get involved. Help me. You guys, listen, I'm all over the place. If y'all can't tell, I'm so ADHD. I am everywhere, okay? I'm a Cancer. I need a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in my life to help me get shit straight, okay? And what I want to say is I need assistance in the research, mainly the research. I've talked about some different things, like, for example, what I need to revisit is the lady who was breaking the baby's legs in Virginia. It's going to be hard for me to get information about that because that's in juvenile court. So they have different ways. Like, for example, I'm going to talk about maybe in the next video, it was 5 kids in Simi Valley, California that jumped a black kid. And you know what? I looked at that last night. They were actually prosecuted, and I think 2 were found guilty of hate crimes. Maybe I'll talk about that in the next video, because I want to look at the injustices, but we also want to highlight those who are working in our favor. We need to commend them, let them know that we see them, and we appreciate you, the police officers, the judges, the district attorneys who are ensuring that we are equal in this country. And so I also want to talk about, how many minutes I am doing? I also want to talk about the kid that was hung. What's his name? Oh my God.
Earlier today, Delta State staff discovered a deceased individual on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation.
During a Monday afternoon press conference on the campus of Delta State University, it was announced the body of 21-year-old Demartravian Trey Reed of Grenada, a freshman at DSU, was found hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts not far from the campus cafeteria.
I've spoken to Trey's family and expressed our heartbreak.
The discovery was made just after 7 a.m. Classes, as well as several events associated with the university's centennial, were canceled.
At this time, there's no evidence of foul play.
A joint investigation is being conducted by DSU Police, the Cleveland PD, Bolivar County Sheriff's Department, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. University officials stress their belief the Delta State campus is one of the safest in Mississippi.
There is no evidence of a threat to campus, and there's no evidence that the campus is unsafe at this point. So I expect we resume normal operations as soon as possible.
Monday, I spoke with Trey Reed's mother. She did not want to go on camera, but told me she has so many questions about what happened. She said she just talked to her son Friday that he was excited about attending Delta State University as a freshman. She can't find any reason for this tragedy.
Yeah, I'm so, like, I'm wondering, am I being, like, emotional? No, I'm not being emotional. I am being emotional, but it's normal. It's, you know what, you guys, I'm a Cancer, I'm really empathetic, and I always think, if I send my kid away to college and he doesn't come home, this is one of the things that I want you as a nation, and if you're not Black, please don't get offended by me. Um, please don't. And to the Black people, don't get mad at me for being apologetic, because I'm human, and it matters to me how I show up. I don't want to say mean-spirited things to anyone. I don't want to blame some other person, some random, because of another had did something. It's just doesn't make sense. You can default to that because of your emotions and taking your aggression or anger or being triggered out on someone else. But to be a high level functioning human being, you have to be able to look through these things rationally as a critical thinker. I say that because I'm annoyed. Like, it's like we're in this world, and what keeps plaguing me is this is happening to us every day. That we didn't do anything. That in this great country that's called America, that this anti-Black hate, oppression, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up in a bow when I do all my videos and document it. This is attempted genocide. There's no way around it. This is consciously, unconsciously trying to genocide Black people. Does everyone do it consciously? No. But I think in the case of Kyren Lacey, the officer wanted to ruin his life. I want to talk about this young man being hung and what the authorities are saying. And one of the things we're going to do, and please, if you have journalist skills, know how to research stuff, girl. If you a detective, know how to like see what your man doing. You are like a great candidate to help me. We got to do research, and the reason why we got to do research is because we have to shine a light on those who are doing it. You penalize them. Again, if they knew that they would pay, have repercussions, have consequence, they won't be so quick. And this is happening because overall, I sincerely believe that ultimately that a majority of the crime and harm done to us goes unnoticed and unpunished. I was harmed by judges, police officers, my own lawyers, and I've been trying to get justice for years, and I got them on video. I have evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. So it makes me know that this is probably happening at a humongous rate. And a lot of times, some of my family, my people are like, this is what I'm going to come in and learn. Oh, this is what it is to be Black in America. There's nothing we can do. It's their country. Just the system. No, you say it's the system, then you need to put a cog in the system. We need to be part of the system. And this requires accountability. Is it fair that you have to do this? What I'm going through, you guys, I'm sick every freaking day. Every freaking day I'm sick. I'm covering my mouth. I'm sorry. I need a new mic. I'm sick every freaking day because of the harm that was done to me. And I think to myself, why me? Why did this happen to me? And regardless of why it happened, it's my duty and it's my responsibility that other people who look like me do not endure this pain and this suffering. This boy was hung, and they are brazenly saying that he committed suicide. Let's talk about it. Because I've been depressed severely for years. If I'm in pain, when people commit suicide, you guys, me and my guy are married, he's a therapist, and me and Robin Williams' birthdays on the same day, you guys. I'm a Cancer. And Robin Williams, some other people, like the beauty queen who jumped out the window. Because I'm a Cancer, you guys, I can go back and think about different people who committed suicide. And I've read and I've researched it. And the guy I married would say, this is a mental health professional, okay? Oh, they would blame it on their mental condition. They would say they were suffering from depression, that they had a mental disorder. What is it called? Mentally ill, right? Is what they say. That they put this banner and this label on it, which is theoretically is what it's character. That's how you label it. But the truth of the matter is, because I've had pain like that, they just want the pain to stop. That the pain is so unbearable that they can't do anything to make the emotional pain stop. If you are depressed and sad and suffering from emotional pain, where you go hang yourself. This is the stuff the stuff, because I can encourage y'all. This is the stuff that pisses me off. Okay? Maybe I shouldn't put the whole thing. This is the y'all, okay, y'all, if y'all be in the room with me, y'all know I be mad, I be losing my stuff because I be offended. This is how comfortable they are in hurting us. That the authorities said that this was suicide, that they don't find any foul play. What does your rational mind say? I saw some guy text on social media said, black men don't hang themselves. Exactly. Like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, these people are so brazen, and I'm telling you, because they're accustomed to getting away with this. That the powers that be that's supposed to fight and are for us or in charge with being who are charged with the responsibility of making sure that our constitutional rights are not being violated. And I don't want to get my case. You want to see my case? I'm struggling with even talking about it because it hurts so bad. I got papers everywhere, and I'm reading and thinking of things they did to me. And this, for me, individual people, my basic file. I'm sorry, guys. Individual people, individual departments, lawyers, judges, workers, clerks worked in concert to harm me. And I didn't do anything to anybody. I was born black. So from that, I know that officials will lie and be deceptive. And it's crazy how they all are a party to it. It's supposed to be checks and balances. Within those checks and balances, they will harm us. Let's keep it a buck. Is it probable that a young black man would hang himself? And then you guys, on the same day, because I was watching on YouTube to do my research before I did this video, a homeless man was hung. And he wasn't black, but he was foreign. He was ethnic. I remember by his name, he wasn't a white person. He may have been European. I label white as WASP, white Anglo-Saxons, Protestant, like Irish, German, Swiss. That's what I label as white. I don't label Mexicans as white. And I'm not gonna get to the conversation with we ain't gonna argue about that. But the person that was hung was a non-black person. And is it probable that the homeless man was hung by the same people that Trey Reed was hung by? Is it probable? Probably. And so I want to talk about this real briefly. I gotta go. I gotta go vote. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna come back and talk about some more stuff probably tonight when I come back. I'll probably upload this and then do another one. But this is what I want to talk about. I think what's his name? Colin. What's his name? Colin Kaepernick. Through his Know Your Rights camp autopsy, and this is currently funding a second independent autopsy for his name is Travis Reed, a 21-year-old black student found dead from hanging at Delta State University, Mississippi in 2025. Now, you guys, this is from September. Let me say this to you, because I've been trying to look for an update on the autopsy, and it looks like, and I'll link this on here. Bridge said the week that Crump needed more time to complete a reenactment as part of the independent investigation. Crump did not specify when that would be complete. Bridges said the independent investigation revealed injuries sustained from a recent attack by white male students, but he did not provide any proof of Mississippi today as Friday. I'm gonna read some of this, you guys. Delta University confirmed that Reed had listed his grandparents as his emergency contact. His grandmother, Sharon Candy Tillman, told Mississippi Today, that's a paper, she is waiting to see what the independent autopsy says about claims that Bridges and others are making. Okay. God, I should have read this. I just looked this up. Let me see the date. This was in Cleveland on October 24th. Now, so this has happened back in September. I've been waiting to hear about the final, the subsequent autopsy, because I didn't hear about it, or I didn't find anything. I thought possibly that they couldn't determine conclusively was it suicide. And so let me say this to you. People lie. What I need you to understand, that more than not, individuals in this country will be complicit in the hate, the abuse, and the oppression of Black people. And when I say that, it's so painful to me. That is so painful to me. So the point that I'm making, everything you read isn't true. I am college educated. If I were to write about a subject, I have to cite my sources. So I understand when someone says something, to research their source. Because what happens is, this happens, I am comfortable saying over 90% of what we see on the internet is not true. So when someone says a statement, because our country and family, I'm sorry, I gotta be honest, this is not Black, this is America. We're not critical thinkers. I was at a school supply place, because I get books like 5th grade, 6th grade good books and do them for my brain. So I remember, like, you guys, my grammar's atrocious. So I went to the learning store with kids, and I talked to a 2nd grade teacher, and she said this was a 2nd grade teacher in Pasadena. This is an affluent area, and she says the kids can't think critically, and I believe that. And why I say that is that if you read a statement online, you read multiple, you should never assume that it's true. In our culture, social media, the age of social media, this is one of the ways how Black people were socially engineered to believe so much of what they believe, and how they act, and how we are groomed, and how we are motivated, and what we think. It was by the design. You know what? I'm gonna put something in here that Kanye West said, and I'm gonna probably piggyback on what he said because he knows. Well, this Kanye West worked. He came from Chicago, worked in corporate America. He learned marketing. He saw how corporations mislead, lie, strategically make you think things that are not true. And now you guys are going on my tangent because where I'm getting at. So I didn't see anything about the second autopsy, and it's been several months now, several weeks now. And I thought the reason why we didn't get an update was because maybe they didn't get the results that they wanted. And so there's multiple things about that. When we talk about this, if you go to an independent person who's doing an autopsy, family, you don't, just because it's independent, you cannot bank on that this person is going to be legitimate and accurate. And this is the whole reason why I have this channel. They will lie. When you're in conflict or in conflict with a Black American, the consciousness of this country is to go against Black people. So I thought that the person had not, I thought the independent autopsy didn't yield the results that they wanted. So it says the independent autopsy conducted later was paid for by civil rights activist Colin Kaepernick, a former NFL player. Reed's body was found hanging in a tree. Some members of his family activists says they believe he was lynched, and they point to Mississippi racist history of lynching of Black people. And again, you guys, I want to talk some SHIT because how do they comfortably say that man committed suicide? Like, it's like piss on me and tell me it's raining. What is the probability that any person would hang themselves? When people in jail and prison, they hang themselves because they don't have no other way to kill themselves. They can't get pills. They can't jump off a roof. They can't slit their wrists. They don't sharp arcs. People hang themselves in jail when they actually do hang themselves. It's because they have no other way of committing suicide, making the pain stop. Why would any Black man in his right mind go in the woods or go hang himself on a tree on a campus, college campus? This is why I'm appalled. Family, this is dire need. We are in a burning house, and we're burning inside. And the only chance of us getting out alive is we have to break these windows. We gotta let some air in here. We have to shine the light. And I need help. I keep saying I need help. So you see me, again, I don't know if I said this already. I'm gonna wrap this up. I need to go vote. I need help. So I'm asking that you do something proactive. I'm asking for a call to action. Like my videos, comment on my videos, ask questions, debate me, follow me, and what the biggest thing is, I need help on my GoFundMe. I am never happy asking about that. If you see my GoFundMe is dismal. That's why I'm like, bro, you need some money to get some investigators and attorneys to get justice. And I just don't feel comfortable asking. And it's something that I have to do. I recognize that our fate is linked, that I have to do what's right for Black people, and I have the opportunity. Horrible things happen to me, and it's going to give me the ability to set precedents in the state of California, to show government-sanctioned genocide of Black Americans. And my pain, my suffering, my guilt, my shame is making me afraid to ask. But I need you to. I don't know if I already said this, guys. You know I'm forgetful, but it was one lady gave me $10, and I was so excited. What ends up happening, and Robert heard me say this before, is that, and this happens, I think, with Black people. You know that, remember that lady who said the N-word and she got $800,000? And somebody said, oh, she's scamming. She ain't scamming nobody. They get down together. This is how they were raised. That's civil responsibility. When they showed up for her and gave her money about her calling a mentally challenged toddler the N word, and they gave her almost $800,000. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. If I had raised $800,000 by this time, I would. All these judges, lawyers, police officers would be in prison. They would be indicted by this time. I'm on my way though, you guys. I don't give up. I never say that. Is somebody watching who know me, who caused all this? And he come and he check up. Because he know I'm not going nowhere. He know I'm like a dog with a bone. That they have injured me. They have sidelined me. But I'm going to stand up. I can only stand up. And as black people, as many of y'all that get that you get up. But what I know is I can't do this by myself. When, again, it's a guy, I'm going to tell you this guy's name. You know what? I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to say this about you on live. This is a guy. Here he is. Yeah, I'm going to show you him. This is him. With Ben Crump in there. You might see him on my Instagram. Vice Mayor Mike Jellin. He used to be vice mayor in Tamarack, Florida. He came on my radar because he did something real cool. A police officer pulled him over and lied on him. And the police officer was getting accommodations or award for something. And Mike Jellin called him out. You guys, if I find it, I'm going to look for the video. Called him out while he was getting an award or what's it called? Y'all know I can't my words. I can't find words. He was getting an accommodation or a recognition for something. And his name Mike Jellin said, "You remember when you arrested me and you lied on a police report?" You guys, I was so excited. I was like, "You better go ahead." Then he almost got in trouble with the city council for doing it. He called the police officer out for lying on the report who was getting an accommodation. I'm not saying that right. He was being highlighted or commended. Words don't come for whatever. But this white cop lied on a man who eventually became the vice mayor of Tamarack, Florida. And this guy a few years ago, I hope you get to see my video because I'm about to tell on you because I'm feeling some kind of way about you. Now, this guy, when Gaza was when they were murdering, harming kids in Gaza, look, this is his Instagram. When they were murdering kids in Gaza, and it was so hurtful for me, and I say of poverty, okay, this is something else. You guys, it took a lot of guts for him to do this. So he putting the genocide of Gaza on here. You guys, and I'm not mad at him. He was showing these babies being murdered. AI-powered quadcopter drones used by Israel on Palestine genocide are now being flown over U.S. cities to surveil American reports. Yeah, you guys, I'm mad at him, so I hope he sees this. But y'all, like you look, I want y'all to see his Instagram. His Instagram has all these different things. He used to have tons of footage, babies in Gaza. They killing babies. And I would never, bro, to me, for him to do that, to look like that every day, like, bro, how do you look at that every day? And so that says he has a good heart, and he's a good person, and he's a humanitarian. But you guys, I asked him to like put stuff on here by Andrew Cuomo. I actually called and talked to him. And this is when I first started getting my phone raised. You guys, this is probably like 2022. And he's like, "Well, I'm not a rich person." I'm like, "Bro, you could get $50. He can get $20. He never gave me a penny." And do I get mad and say, "Well, damn, bro, you putting all these videos of See, you know what? You can't compare myself to them killing babies. I ain't even, you can't, bro. When I would see that stuff, you know how you think, oh, well, it's me? And you say, oh, somebody having it worse? I'm mad at him because he didn't help me. I'm mad at him because he didn't shine a light. I'm mad at him because he didn't contribute to my GoFundMe. He shined the light on what they was doing to babies. Baby, you guys, it was heartbreaking seeing. They were really literally targeting babies, starving them, killing them. They were dying. You see them hungry. He had videos of them hungry on the streets. They're getting them crying over their parents. So I want to be mad at him. I am mad at him. But maybe he didn't think that what happened to me was as important. I don't know. Like, I'll try to message him. He a trip, you guys. And you guys, that's what I'm talking about. And this is a man who appears to care about people. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm mad at him, y'all. So I'm talking junk on my Instagram. This is him. Let me see. With Ben Crump. And he talking about different stuff. I planned on going. 4 years ago, I planned on going on to meet that morning. It was Dad, take your child to school day, and I had a client meeting, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to see the officer who falsely arrested me. Look, you guys, this is what he have it on here. You guys don't put it in here. I'm about to stop because I gotta go vote, but I'm gonna put this in there, okay? Listen, I'm a 20th, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. Y'all, yeah.
City commissioners in a Fort Lauderdale suburb have decided not to officially reprimand their colleague after comments he made at a previous city meeting. Now, they were actually going to decide whether this commissioner broke the city's civility code. And let me show you the video that kind of started all of this.
Congratulate all the BSO officers who've done such a great job.
Thank you very much. Do all you can. Morning, Captain.
Joshua Gallardo.
It's my line.
Can you come down for a second? It's good to see you again. You probably don't remember me, but you're the police officer who falsely arrested me 4 years ago. You lied on the police report. I believe you're a rogue police officer, you're a bad police officer, and you don't deserve to be here.
New at 11, a Tamarack commissioner confronted by colleagues about using a public ceremony to call out a deputy who arrested him years ago.
Well, his fellow commissioners discussing whether to punish him for that outburst. Local 10's Janine Stammen is live now in Tamarack with what came out of tonight's meeting. Janine.
Christy, Calvin, as you know, this is a story that's had so many people talking, but in the end, the city decided not to move forward with the process of disciplining Commissioner Mike Gellin, who we heard from for the first time tonight.
But the truth of the matter is that even if I were to resign and go away, this issue would still bubble under the surface.
For the first time, we're hearing from Tamarack Commissioner Mike Gellin, who made national news when he berated a BSO deputy who was receiving an award.
You're the police officer who falsely arrested me 4 years ago. You lied on the police report. I have to explain a mugshot for the rest of my life, as if I am a criminal.
See skeletons, they killing us for walking, killing us for jogging, kill us in our homes and fabricating and hiding. Where we had Sandra Bland's and Trayvon Martins. If when you kill us, your family was a target. If your children was orphans, will you have compassion the next time you approach us? Yeah, we fed up, this is built up. Your city up in smoke, homeboy, we had enough. And I ain't enticing riots of violence, heighten the climate. I'm saying you smack me, I'm punching you in your iris. Retaliation is prescribed in both Bible and Quran. In the matters of the slang, see an eye for an eye, especially if the Justice Department do not comply.